the day after the draft, and things are moving in the NBA with the Warriors and with the 29 other teams. We made a major decision about Chris Paul that's affecting Klay Thompson and the Warriors' future. What was that decision? How does it play a part? We're going to break it down here in Warriors Digest. In addition, Klay Thompson's interest outside the Warriors is getting bigger and louder. What's happening with him, the Warriors? We have all this and more on a major update for you of Warriors Digest. Randy Silver here. 14% of you are subscribed. Thank you so much. And look at this. 20,000 people plus have watched our video breaking down the Warriors draft. Thank you so much. 300 plus people subscribed off that one episode. And keep subscribing so you don't miss any episodes out of Warriors Digest. You'll be notified when they drop. Okay, CP3. We're starting with CP3 because this affects Klay Thompson. What is the news? CP3. Per Woj, Golden State and Chris Paul intend to move back the date to guarantee the $30 million on his 2024-2025 contract to the start of free agency on Sunday. Deadline was originally today. Warriors have 48 hours to find a trade, figure out what to do, or they let him go. So let's break this down for you. Again, this is our offseason outlook. $174 million right here. We're second apron cap. We broke this down last episode, meaning we cannot go over $189 million. That will affect keeping CP3 and Klay. So we see right here, we're at $174 million. If Chris Paul is brought back at $30 million, they want to keep him, because we're hard capped at $189, that means all we could offer Klay Thompson is basically $15 million. On the open market, and we're going to talk about this later, he's getting $25, $30 million type of interest. Of course, they can't offer him yet. He's not a free agent. But if he knows that's out there and it's about the money for him and the respect, but definitely money, if we can only offer him $14 million and someone can give him $30 million, the odds are potentially he goes there. No hometown discount in that sense. But also, you need to fill out the rest of this team potentially. So the CP3, getting that extended while we're starting is big. This gives them 48 hours to try to make a trade. And that could get them a big game hunter like Paul George or another star. If they let him walk, then this goes down to 144, and you can offer Klay $30 million. Takes you back to 174. So just be aware of that. And again, we're going to be keeping you updated on all this because it's very big. It's notable the Warriors and Chris Paul only pushed his guaranteed deadline back until Sunday, not until July. Golden State now, again, has that small window, 48 hours this weekend to figure out the trade path. But Paul now will know his future with the Warriors in the next 2 days. And that takes you into Klay Thompson. The big update with Klay. 76ers, Nuggets, Mavs linked to Warriors star amid contract buzz. And two of the teams have had situations happen, trading players or signing players that affects them getting Klay. Per Matt Moore of the Action Network, the Magic are preferring to offer only a 2-year deal of $50 million. 2 years, $50 million, $25 million each. We've talked about many times on this pod, Klay wants 3 or 4 years. Respect factor. Give me that respect by a longer deal. Teams are a little bit hesitant to give that to veterans because of the new second apron and the taxes coming in. 2 years, $50 million. I think any of us in the world would take that. That's pretty dang good. Not pretty good, dang good. It's a lot of good. Not for Klay, apparently. Warriors have not made him a significant offer yet of this scenario. The Nuggets have interest in Thompson. However, KCP has declined his $15.4 million for next season. So if they don't get him back, then they can offer him that $15-20 million range. Nuggets don't have that much money as well because they're cap spaced. So he could go there, but KCP sounds like the number one. Dunleavy told told the media, we're looking through everything right now in an attempt to improve the roster for next season. We saw what they did in the draft. They made the trade. They brought in the shooter from OKC, the backup reserve, Lindy. Then they drafted the 7-footer Love that. And then finally, they got a defensive-minded point guard who Beekman should be a good player for us as he comes up. But again, these two draft players probably not playing a lot this year. Maybe post, but he's going to have to develop a bit. Off the trade market, though, Kuminga and Podziemski. No way. Warriors aren't even entertaining anything. Kuminga, untouchable. Some extent. Podziemski, no. Per Shelbourne. So what does that mean? Again, we look right here where we're at. What can we do if we're trying to go Paul George or something? That is not going to work. So if you want to get $49 million to match up with Paul George, Chris Paul's $30 million, Wiggins $26 million. Puts you at $56 million. Puts you basically there to get Paul George. Also, apparently, they want a lot of draft capital. They saw Bridges go for 4 first-round draft picks. Yes, he has more years on this deal, but Clippers want draft capital. Maybe it's Chris Paul, Looney, $38 million. If it's not Kuminga, Moses at 5, so that puts you at $43 million. Then potentially you got to throw in draft picks to make it work. Maybe another player in there, like Santos. It's going to be some work. The good thing, though, is it seems like Kuminga's untouchable, and that's what we all wanted. Untouchable. The Mavericks, they traded Tim Hardaway Jr. and 3 second-round picks to Detroit Pistons for Quentin Grimes. The move positions the Mavs to offer a significant portion of their $12.9 million non-taxpayer mid-level exception to free agent Derrick Jones Jr., which is priority 1A and 1B per GM Nico Harrison. This also means they have a little bit more room to offer Klay, but they're also pretty salary cap hard too. So it'll be hard for them to make a move and get Klay Thompson. The Magic and the Sixers have the most money to offer him. There have been rumors in the media and people out there on Twitter saying D'Lo going to the Warriors, going back there for another time. Apparently, per Windhorst, he will opt in. His feeling is to his deal, $18 million. And maybe you do a sign and trade. You sign Klay, $20 million. And then you trade him for D'Lo. Warriors get D'Lo. Lakers get Thompson. And Thompson goes back and plays in L.A. where his dad played and he grew up in the L.A. area. If they can't work it out and Thompson doesn't want to be in the Warriors anymore. Hornets waive Seth Curry, 3-point shooter, shooting. Some interest there. Why would Seth not want to come play with Steph? Come be on the Warriors. Backup guard, give us shooting, a proven scorer would be pretty big. And we could use that help, especially in the depth right here. So there's a lot of things happening in Warriors land. A lot of moves happening in the Warriors and outside the Warriors. People trying to posterize to get Klay. And then what are we doing to try to get Klay? Potentially him and CP3 become a trade together to go get a big game hunter. Do you agree? Do you not agree? What do you think of these updates? Is there something out there we're missing? Comment your thoughts. Folks, the next 2 days, we're going to know what happens with CP3. We're going to know what happens with Klay Thompson. And you don't want to miss any of it. We have it for you right here on Warriors Digest.